Subject, fanfiction reader. Priority 1, exterminate, exterminate, exterminate. That's my intro. I hope you love it. Anyway.
Well, it's very something.
Let's just get to the chapter.
Let me show you who I am and what I'm here for. Here for. Hey! Trying to reach inside of me, trying to drain my energy. Let me show you just what I'm made of. Simple curiosity, trying to take a bite of me. Let me show you just what I'm made of now. Trying to reach inside of me, trying to gain my energy. Let me show you just what I'm made of.
Welcome on board to the ship of fanfiction reading that is Tails.
Yes. The fanfiction is the ship. Us is the iceberg.
Yes, and we are going to make it sink so hard with our terrible jokes. I am Devar Akvaron, and this is Madhog thy master.
Indeed.
And we're making fun of him. More like 2008 him. At this rate.
Indubitably.
So, without further ado, I think, we have nothing else to add, really, I don't think, unless you do.
Well, as you recall, Chapter 8 happened.
Yep.
So now we have to deal with the inevitable aftermath of all of that misery, tragedy / carnage that just happened.
Yes.
So
everyone had a moment.
Yes, and speaking of moments, this is the last chapter before the climax of the story.
The penultimate chapter.
Yes. So this is all going to be our beloved characters dealing with the after effects of the longest chapter, which is literally how chapter 8 is titled. So now you can see the double entendre of the longest chapter being both literally and figuratively the longest.
Exhausting as well.
The longest to get through in more ways than one.
So, do tell, actually, I'm actually curious. What is chapter 9 titled?
Yes. Chapter 9. You caught me with my pants down. Give me 5 seconds.
Okay, I did not realize that you did not anticipate this moment.
I did not. I had to get the story, the file that I have on my PC open to see what the title was. Apologies about that.
It's alright.
Devar, don't do this to me. You're making me embarrassed. You're embarrassing me in front of our audience. Of our all 2-3 people that are listening to this. Jeez, man.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, great. It's taking its sweet time to load up. It's a big file.
Welp.
With pictures in it.
Wow, you were really that serious, weren't you?
Yes, well, you know.
Misguided passions, I see.
Misguided passions is the right word. Suddenly a thunder exploded. Clusterfuck. Tails. High Noon Showdown with special effects. We've been through that. What else is here? Oh, I've gone too far. This is the next story.
Alright.
Oh boy. Oh god. Entertain the masses, please, while I search for the.
Quick, get the kazoos, everybody!
Oh gosh. Say something funny and witty, please, for the love of God. This is. Okay, us is turning into the ship, and the iceberg is going to eat us!
Oh no! The internet is the iceberg, and it's gonna hit us! Oh my god!
Oh, finally. Oh, I found it.
Okay, crisis averted, guys.
Right, so what was your original question again?
Alright, but pretending we haven't done this at all.
Yes, I'm totally going to cut all of this out. Totally.
Yeah, this is totally on the first try, guys. So, Madhog, do tell, what is the title of Chapter 9?
Could you be more robotic in that delivery, please?
Could you tell us what Chapter Title 9 is?
Sure. Chapter 9. I will save you.
Alright, I guess that's a title of a song from the 90s.
Actually, it's supposed to be the English version of the Italian title of the American Hitchcock film Spellbound.
Oh. Well, obviously I wouldn't have got that.
Yes, well, the Italian title for that film was I Will Save You, except it was spelled in Italian, not in English. I am translating the Italian title back in English for you. This is some quantum leap mess. This is becoming my catchphrase.
Well, you know, the titles in foreign places do tend to be weird or straight to the point.
So anyway, oh, yes, since I'm here, I'm actually checking the title for the 10th chapter, so that we don't have to repeat this charade, this chicanery, this poppycock another time.
Of course. Okay, so with that out of the way, who should go first to read the chapter?
Well, I ended the last chapter, so...
Okay, so I guess that'll be up to me then to narrate.
Matty, what about you? Oh no, wait, we don't have Matty tonight.
Hey Ross, how about you? Oh wait, he jumped overboard.
Taylor, are you there?
Mr. Cockroach?
Right then. So
okay,
I guess
we're all alone.
We are the only two survivors of this, so...
Yes, I guess we are. Oh, dear Lord.
One day, we'll be able to do a short introduction to these freaking podcasts of ours. One day, we will do that. But until then...
We'll waste people's times constantly. Okay, so, okay, Chapter 9. Saturday morning. One day before Project Doomsday.
Yes, once again, reminding you of the stakes. I'm sorry, is this 24?
It seems like it should be. Because, you know, one day before Project Doomsday.
One day is diluted into 24 episodes, 1 hour each.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the opposite.
Alright then. It was raining outside. How appropriate.
Callback.
In the main room of the local fictitious flange militia base.
Okay, I will call it the final finger job militia base.
Okay, you do that then. The general mood was reflecting the outside weather, as it does with most movies and cliches.
Yes, well, since Shakespeare at the very least.
Things didn't go very well so far.
I mean, in a Shakespeare's play, when a monarch dies, thunder and storm comes down, raining upon the land.
Yes. Just to add that extra bit of...
Oomph.
yeah. Okay. Things didn't go very well so far. Yeah, understatement of the year for 2008. For each and every one of these young soldiers, over the past few days, they've been through a lot. Therefore, the mood wasn't positive. Definitely it wasn't.
And now with that attitude and that spelling.
And already you're laying this on thick. And
Well,
yeah.
what else is new?
And now, things have gotten even worse.
Well, okay then.
They were all standing in the middle of the room. Oh my god, the standing, Madhog! This is scary stuff!
Yeah, okay.
The leader, Knuckles the Echidna, he was breathing heavily. He had seen this coming a long time ago. He was expecting it, and he was ready for it. This time, he was prepared.
To kill even more children.
He usually considered himself to be strong and determined.
Determined to kill those children.
However, over the past day, he was forced to came face to face with his weaknesses.
Children! Children everywhere for me to kill!
And perhaps that scarred him for life.
They didn't punch so hard.
I don't even know. I don't even want to retort any of that. Unless I want to dig my own grave with you and be your grave neighbor.
Oh, I have a freaking caterpillar machine here for the digging, so we're all set up.
Okay. The mysterious purple chameleon named Espio, a ninja and expert hacker, if required.
He's not only a ninja in real life, he's a ninja on the net. Ooh.
Oh. He was trying very hard not to swallow, and covered it with his usual granite face instead.
How do you cover swallowing with a face?
I assume he just rips his face off and puts it on top of his neck so no one sees his Adam apple. He has just relived the horrors of this past in his leader's actions. Actions that he had no choice but to accomplish.
Don't mind me, I'm just carrying all of this laid fake information on my shoulder right now. I had to get it from point A to point B to move the story along.
And
Oh gosh, this is so heavy.
You don't need any help with that, do you? You know, could lessen the words for you to carry.
No, if I would accept help from people, then this would go on much faster and much more coincide-like. I cannot have that happening. I have to carry the burden of my own pretentiousness all the way to the USA.
All right then.
Which were my most prominent audience.
Okay. He was trying very hard. Oh wait, I already said that. He has just relived the horrors of the past. Okay, actions that he had no choice. The pyrokinetic feline, Blaze, a former young queen of a former kingdom.
Oh yes, are you still chasing bunnies as we speak? What happened there?
Yeah.
She just took off like a total moron, leaving plant lady alone. And then that was the last time we heard of her.
Yeah, it was very weird. She wasn't feeling comfortable after chasing that squirrel. Okay, what really said here, she wasn't feeling comfortable. She almost had a mental breakdown yesterday, and let's just leave it at that. What do you do with the squirrel?
Let's just leave it at that. So with me, it's either I lay it way too thick, or I just don't care and move on.
The pink hedgehog, Amy Rose, the official cook and housekeeper, and a troubled heart. This sounds like the most That line sounds like something a man writing a letter about a girl he likes, saying, and thus my lingering troubled heart.
Oh, go to hell.
She was simply panicking and shaking. Then again.
You almost said that right. Watch it.
Yeah, we don't want to be correct now, do we?
Nope.
She's been doing it since the day before.
Also, we did not bother to point this out, but once again, we are drowning in ellipses.
Yeah, I think the ellipses are kind of unnecessary to mention at this point.
Ellipses to end the sentences, and ellipses in the middle of sentences.
Give it up, Madhog. It's Ellipses Town.
Oh, go to hell, you two.
Okay. When she met him again, her harasser, her persecutor, her admirer,
No!
and then this young fox, this young kitsune fox, gifted by the ability of flying thanks to his extra appendage.
Okay, so it feels like every chapter has to recap everything that's been established in previous chapters all over again.
Yeah.
This is worse than the beginning of every episode of My Little Pony as of late.
Yes. Okay. His name was Miles Tails Prower, and right now, he didn't care of anything.
Boo-hoo-hoo.
He didn't even care for grammar either.
Yes, well, he just finished watching Neon Genesis Evangelion, so he's feeling a bit bummed up by that non-ending.
I don't care for Evangelion, but was that even out at the time?
Evangelion.
Yeah, Evangelion.
Well, considering it's a show from 1995, I'd say yes.
Alright then, good. I just want to be sure, since I don't really care for that so I never bothered remembering when it was out. Okay. He just killed his roboticized parents in self-defense.
Actually, act first. So, yeah.
Is it like the Han Solo shot first argument?
You know what? No.
An experience that had left him emotionally emptied. And that was worrying her. What, worrying Tails?
No, continue reading.
Cosmo was her name.
Cosmo is my name, and healing is my game.
Will the real Cosmo please stand up? Please stand up.
Oh boy.
I don't know what came over me to think of that. It seems that...
well, you know, when you only know one hip-hop song in your life.
Was her name. She wasn't similar to anything in this world. Except other plant species, but no one knows if they are around.
They aren't.
Okay. She was the first of her kind. A whole new species named Cedrian.
A whole new race. A whole new species. Gifted by nature at birth.
A whole new race.
Actually, that sounds like the bastardization of the classic Disney song by the Donald Trump political wing.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, so... A whole new race for me to kill. Just let me take control, and I'll promise you I will erect a wall around the soul.
Right.
That came out surprisingly well.
Yeah. Strangely enough. Right now, only Sir Charles, herself, and Eggman knew about her true origins. But we're not going to tell you, the readers, just to keep the suspense.
Except you kind of already had to know that, because it was revealed.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so pointless! This is so freaking pointless! Oh my god! It's not like I was being paid by the word here, like freaking Robert Dumas in the 1800s. or Victor Hugo. That's a prime example. That's why his works are so obnoxiously long. He was literally paid by the word.
Wow. To think authors were paid like that.
Yep.
Right. For the moment being, the attention of the whole group was focused on their computer screen, on their interlocutor.
Interlocutor.
Yeah. Former Princess Sally Acorn, daughter of Maximilian, the once...
Yes. First of her name, Stormborn Daenerys, Mother of Dragon, blah 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 blah, Conqueror of the Seven Kingdoms, all the royal titles. Put it here in the bag. Ready to go.
The once king of the city-state of Mobotropolis looked very tired. No, that's an understatement.
Oh, God.
She looked totally and utterly drained by distress and lack of sleep. It's like you just suddenly thought to yourself, no, I've got to sell this. Like HBK taking a 619 to the face.
Well, HBK has a history of overselling moves.
Which is great. I love
Well, and except when it completely ruins matches.
Well, yeah. Okay. Okay. There had been some developments in the last couple of days about the political status of the Mobian country, and so the squirrel has been reasonably drowned in them. And now they finally understood why.
Okay, so what's happening? Will you finally explain to us what the hell is happening right now?
I can't believe this, said a rather contained Amy.
Oh boy. Okay, so Davar,
Yeah.
you better be sitting down because I'm about to reveal the greatest, most unexpected plot twist that was ever conceived in the history of storytelling.
Madhog, I'm already
Yes?
I'm already sat down.
Okay, good. Are you feeling comfortable? You need something like a pillow?
No,
something to
I've
drink?
got
snacks?
No, I know.
Continue reading right now, you
Okay.
slave!
Well, it's next to Sally's line. Do you want to be Sally?
Yeah, sure. But it is true, Amy. It's sadly true.
What is it?
Look inside yourself. You know it to be true.
I am
your
your
father.
father.
Okay.
I can't keep the suspense. What is it? A leak.
Okay, somebody better call the plumber.
Yeah, so we need to get Mario in this so we can have a crossover. A giant, immense leak has been discovered inside the very fabric of Gun in Tyre's divisions.
Oh, you better call an army of plumbers then.
Yeah, we gotta get Mario, Luigi, Wario might be a plumber, but I think he's more cheaper and does less work. Officials and even generals were secretly working for the Eggman Empire.
No.
And the head of
Really?
and the head of the whole operation lied in the heart of Mobius's council itself.
I knew it! I never trusted that Antoine. He always seemed too French. Trustworthy. It has to be him, right?
No, say it. What who's the name?
Snively Robotnik is a traitor! Oh my god, this is so shocking, you guys.
Whoa!
Kablow! This
My
changes my entire perspective of this.
how
Everything I thought I knew is a lie.
I can't. I can't.
I mean, Santa Claus does not exist. Easter Bunny was killed in a car accident, and the birthday song is now a public domain song. Nothing makes sense anymore.
I'm just blown away by this. I need a moment.
Okay, moments passed.
Yes, Sally's reply. The humans' connections with the military force, along with the Acorn's natural diffidence towards the overlanders.
You hear that, kids? Xenophobia is your greatest ally.
Yeah, just like Donald Trump is the greatest ally of xenophobia. Were sufficient reasons to convince some of the most loyal subjects of the former royal family to secretly monitor Snively's phone conversation.
Snively!
He was called Snively in the English dub.
I can assure you it was not.
I could have sworn it was Snively.
Snively.
Maybe it's Snively. Phone conversations. What they discovered was simply the biggest scheme ever conceived in recent history.
I shall put margarine on this cake.
And I shall also rename this margarine to I can't believe it's not butter.
That was a weird moment of that episode.
Yeah. Over the past 10 years, since the birth of the Eggman Empire and the coup of Mobotropolis.
You said coup right. Congratulations.
Well, yeah, because it's like coup de grace.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
not many English-speaking people spell that word right, so...
Well, pronounce it.
Don't you dare correct me. I was complimenting you. Jeez.
Okay, I'll remember that whenever you correct me then. The evil doctor ensured himself the cooperation of most of the current generals in Gun with the promise of money and power.
Money and power!
We've got to have money.
money. Yeah. Okay, sure. Why not?
Yeah, we gotta have
Why
that.
not?
We gotta have that. That pointless villain from that Tom and Jerry movie.
Ugh.
They have been his spies since then, giving the Doctor all the details of the Resistance's plans.
And yet, he was not winning.
Luckily enough, well, obviously he wasn't Charlie Sheen winning. The presence in the Empire of a leak of its own, Sir Charles, in brackets, had prevented Eggman's takeover for all this time.
So, you mean to tell me that a single solitary spy in the Eggman Empire was able to thwart the spy work of several more spies infiltrated in the Resistance?
Apparently so.
Well, thank you, Sir Charles, for being our only hope.
Help us, Sir Charles. You're our only hope.
Yeah, basically.
Except in a less epic way. Well, then again,
Much less.
okay. So, okay, he was spying them while they were spying him, spoiling each other's strategies.
That is the dumbest stalemate ever.
Oh, so you know that plan, do you? Well, guess what? I'm gonna ruin your plan with another plan. Haha, but I know your plan of the plan, so I'm going to ruin that plan with my plan on top of the plan that you think we're gonna plan.
No, this gag is too silly. I'm interrupting it. This is degenerated into yet another Monty Python sketch.
It has been all a distorted version of a chess game.
That's not...
That's
no.
not how chess works.
Definitely, not even checkers works like that.
Not even Chinese checkers.
Not even alien checkers, I would assume.
Not even Star Trek chess would be that distorted. Okay, maybe that's going a bit too far, considering how complicated that is. That, of course, until now. After the sorry, I had a bit of a throat issue. After the discovery of the leak
Oh, I really need to go to the bathroom. Oh no, this is too much.
The biggest problem was there was a big long line to the toilet because someone was taking it for ages and wasn't coming out.
And the responsible culprit for that? Snively. Of course! He was clogging all the toilets.
Yes, clogging all the toilets with I can't believe it's not better. Snively and all the generals involved in the operation have been arrested. Oh, we're not even going to see him.
We never find out what or who all the generals are supposed to be.
What?
And as for Snively, we actually get a scene with him in the last story.
Alright, just
and that's probably the best written moment in the entire fanfiction, according to somebody who reviewed it. So
okay. Now, for the first time since the beginning of the war, the resistance had the upper hand.
Or do they?
They would finally get to know more about Eggman's plans, gain secret informations on
informations
on his plots, and they would finally put an end to this insanity.
Wait, too much hope, too much wishful thinking. Something is going to go horribly wrong. Obviously.
Yes, they finally had the advantage.
Yes, you keep believing that.
And they had absolutely no clue of what to do.
Fantastic, thank you for that.
Wow, such a roundabout way to say just that one line to completely contradict everything else before it.
Wait, it gets better.
There was still something wrong in all this plot.
You don't say! You don't say! Really now? There's something wrong with all this plot. Are you sure about that? Because I cannot think of a single thing that's wrong with all this plot. Can you, Devar?
Yeah, I'm at a fork in the road right now, and it's either the most obvious thing, what number one, involving writings and stuff, or the other obvious plot, which is a very perverted pony joke. I'd rather not take either of those paths.
Wise decision.
Okay. So there's something wrong in all the plots. Okay, who's Blaze. Who is voicing Blaze last time?
You are.
Did some of them already talk? Asked Blaze, burning with curiosity. I'm running out of puns, guys.
This is literally written in this sentence in between brackets. Because I am clever. Ugh. Oh god.
Yeah. It's Sally next.
The only thing we've been able to know was that apparently Snively is...
Sally put a lot of effort not to vomit and continued.
Dr. Eggman's nephew. You all must be feeling pretty stupid for having literally the closest living relative of your number one enemy in the council of your freaking nation. Oh boy.
A sudden burst of bewilderment encircled the entire room.
How would that even work? I'm having trouble visualizing a burst of bewilderment. Okay, no, actually, I do have a perfect mental image for that.
Oh.
The Dover boys from Pigmento University frozen in place with their hands high up and in shock at the sight of their girlfriend being kidnapped by the evil green man that hates the Dover boys. They drive me to drink.
Alright.
Okay, funnily enough, there is a meme circulating on Tumblr that's actually about the classic Chuck Jones short, The Dover Boys of Pigmento University. which makes me very happy, honestly.
Oh dear. A nephew? A motherfucking nephew! Not just a pawn, an underling, a bloody relative, nonetheless!
I hate Snibbly. I hate Eggman. I hate Sally. They drive me to drink.
And
Yes.
this was the burst of Knuckles.
Oh boy. Okay, that seems par for the course with Knuckles.
Yes.
I know! I feel so idiot! I feel so idiot! How could I be so idiot?
I felt so idiots many times.
Call back to chapter 2. We should have thought of monitoring these conversations a lot of time ago.
What the heck?
A lot of time ago. Oh boy.
I feel so idiots a lot of time ago.
This is English, apparently. I'm just one step above from the levels of English in Walt Kelly's Pogo. And those characters were supposed to sound ignorant. So yes.
You shouldn't put him in the council in the first place, retorted Blaze.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. We didn't have a choice. He was highly recommended by Gunn. Oh boy.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
It all comes to fruition. Everything is laid out. Everything has been revealed. The curtain has been ripped.
A turnabout! I'll steal it! No one will ever know! That was the grand master plan all along.
The squirrel bowed her head in shame. Because she's Japanese now, like that. Okay.
So changing the topic completely. What's done, it's done.
What's done, it's done. What about that military base full of Eggman-marked Bigfoots I discovered? Again, Knuckles.
So I actually started putting names at the end of dialogue lines to clarify who's talking in these later chapters.
Makes it a lot more easier.
Because apparently I retroactively became aware of Ross's lamentations about this.
Sally's face went immediately pale, like if she saw a ghost. After restraining herself into a more dignified tone, she answered,
Since the base was in the humans' territory, we contacted the president and asked him to investigate. He answered, I hate those pesky Mobians.
Oh, how I hate them!
They drive me to drink. He agreed and immediately sent some troops to check the site and...
And what? Patience was not an echidna's virtue. No surprise there. Sally swallowed before concluding.
They found a giant crater instead.
Oh, I was expecting an empty warehouse of nothingness, but apparently...
No, instead it's a giant crater because, Eggman does not do subtle.
That was unexpected. A crater? What the hell?
Apparently, someone has disposed of all the proofs.
All the
All the
proofs?
proofs.
Madhog, do you have all the proofs?
I don't know. Do I have all the proofs? Green Man, do I have all the proofs?
Hark!
Okay, sure. Never mind. Forget me for asking.
Internet, do you have all the proofs? There was silence for a moment. A minute to sink this last information into their brains.
Okay, better call a plumber for that brain sink.
Yeah, we gotta turn Mario really small.
Honestly, I think the leak was in your brain to begin with.
And the Bigfoots? Asked Amy.
Gone. Disappeared. Like if they never existed.
It's like they flew off.
It's like they all exploded.
The distressed rodent lady said. Wow. Fuck. Knuckles.
I'm so lazy at this point. I'm not even saying Knuckles said or retorted or anything. Just the name Knuckles added at the end of it.
To me, it sounds like an ending to a haiku written by Knuckles.
Roses are red. Violets are violet. I'll punch you in the face because that's my way. Knuckles the Echidna.
Wow, fuck. Knuckles. Indeed. Oh wait, that's Sally next.
Indeed. And we still don't know what the fat bastard is planning to do with Cosmo. I am Funaki, SmackDown's #1 announcer.
I was actually thinking about him, you know.
Because I said indeed.
Yeah, because of the whole, Funaki and Takamichinoku having that strange English dub thing going on. Right. Well, stop.
That's
Cosmo.
That's her. Well,
started a shy voice. Everybody,
what is it? What does he have to say? Tell me what you know.
Everybody in the room turned their respective heads in the direction of said timid whisper, which apparently they heard. Now they were all looking at Cosmo, who was feeling immense embarrassment and uneasiness.
Don't look at me, I'm hideous.
Once again, she was the center of the attention. She truly disliked it, but she had to talk anyway. She began.
What? I happened to know?
She was playing nervously with her fingers now, looking to the ground. You happen to know what?
Tell me what you know! Where is our vidant?
Where's my son?
Where is my daughter? I have a very particular set of skills, and I'll use them all to punch you in the face.
Where's my rota-sized children I punch on a daily basis?
Where is my turnabout? Somebody stole it.
I'll steal it! No one will ever know!
Knuckles adopted a harsher tone.
Well, yesterday, when you were out doing your thing, Uncle Chuck called.
She was greeted by immensely huge eyes of surprise.
Huger than usual.
I know, considering that Sonic eyes are huge. So wide that she thought they were about to fall from their orbits.
Their orbits. Okay.
Even Tails was a little surprised by this. Tails is so surprised. She can answer a phone. I am totally going to hit that. Cosmo continued.
He called and said me.
Said me?
He called and said me. Oh boy, okay.
He called and said me, he did.
He called and said me that the doctor wanted to capture me alive because he was curious and wanted to study me or something. Nothing more. He even changed his mind and he doesn't care of me anymore. That's it. I'm actually very disappointed. I was looking forward to be captured and rescued later on. I guess I'll never be a princess.
Yeah. Instead, you have to save yourself and go save another princess and kiss her on the face.
Oh, if only.
With that said, the Cedrian took a very long breath. She was expecting Knuckles to get mad at her for not telling them sooner, to scream at her, or even worse, to hit her.
Okay, I'll grab the popcorn.
I'm gonna grab the paddle.
Yes, Knuckles has to fulfill his daily quota of mauling children, as well as wolves.
Knuckles looks up to the sky and says, "It's my destiny."
To punch children.
All the children. Instead, to her astonishment... by the way, disclaimer, don't punch children, it's wrong.
You know, we shouldn't have to say that.
I know, but still, it's just in case. The echidna's reply was a lot calmer that she awaited. It's okay. It's been a rough day yesterday. For all of us. The leader's gaze went sadder and posed itself in the direction of Espio's. It did quite a mean backflip. But only for a moment. Therefore, it's normal to forget little things like phone calls. Don't feel bad for that.
Guys, is the world about to end?
Suddenly Tails decides to send him to a shrink or a psychoanalyst. A psychiatrist.
Oh, shut up.
All of the freedom fighters' faces were expressing the most genuine stupor on the Red Warrior's words.
Everybody was drunk.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Except Espio's, of course.
Because he was there.
Espio knew what his leader... No, what his friend... His closest friend... His friend that was so close to him that their hearts were beating together as one... was feeling right now. And I made that last part up. Sorry, guys. Deep down, that masquerade, that his tough attitude was something very familiar to the chameleon.
Okay, all of these ellipses are making this sentence much harder to read than it's supposed to.
Yeah. Something that will slowly consume his very soul for the rest of his life.
Jeez!
And by looking into the young girl's eyes, that feeling only got worse.
I let one escape.
Unbearable guilt.
I'm playing the smallest violin in the world.
It needs to be smaller. Smaller! Okay, you broke it. Okay, we're done. Job's done now. Tremendous uncertainty, fear, and the adrenaline of the killing Unreal Tournament style.
By the union of the 5 elements, Captain Planet is born. Captain Emo is born by the union of guilt, uncertainty, fear, adrenaline, and killing. Oh boy.
The roboticized kids Knuckles crushed were not older than 10. Not older than Tails and Cosmo. It was in that precise moment that the Red Echidna made himself a promise.
I promised to kill even more children next time.
No. The promise to protect his 2 children, or any others with his own life if necessary. We're gonna stress the or part because he can only choose one or the other. He can't have both. And the promise that, no matter the odds, no matter the difficulties, he would kill Eggman or fucking die trying!
Okay, so the narrator is getting a bit too passionate about this.
Yes, unnecessarily passionate. A new fire became visible in the eyes of the freedom fighter leader. Espio noticed and smiled a proud smile.
Blaze also noticed and sued him for infringement of copyright. She had trademarked the word flames, so no one else can use them unless they pay her.
Cosmo noticed the eyes too, and suddenly she understood the reason of Knuckles' change. And she didn't like what she saw. He only had 2 pennies to his name.
No, she can read somebody's soul by looking at them in their eyes because she can't.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to make a joke because he said Knuckles change, so I meant pocket change, like money.
How is that any better?
All the small corpses! Oh god, I shouldn't be saying that with happiness. All the blood.
All the small corpses! All the blood! Yay!
Yeah, that definitely sounds like Harley Quinn.
Yay!
Her head started spinning. Then she collapsed right in Tails' arms, who caught her.
Crying out loud.
Who caught her just in time.
Do I have to start up a Cosmo faint counter? Cosmo fainting counter, I should say.
And a Tails saving her from fainting counter. Yo, trust fall counter. Momentarily aware, Cosmo turned her head to see her vulpine friend's face. Oh, friend-zoned. And with horror, she realized that his eyes...
Oh, come on! She cannot look anyone in the eyes anymore.
Yeah, you might as well just take her ability away or her own eyes to stop her seeing those eyes.
Fun fact.
Yeah?
That was actually briefly considered in one of the final episodes of the original Sonic X.
Ah.
Because of reasons that I won't go into.
Okay. The once loving and caring big blue eyes he used to have. Where now a cold, distant... What the frick? I know you meant were, but it says where here.
Where are those eyes? I cannot find them anymore.
Where now a cold, distant, dead mirror of his hollow soul.
Okay, Cosmo, you got some healing to do, girl.
This Tails was not hers. This Tails was becoming a new shadow.
And suddenly I cannot help but picturing Tails with black fur and red stripes all over him. Oh my god. And it would be like, I'm Miles, Tails Prower, the ultimate,
the ultimate.
You're the ultimate sidekick, the ultimate... Oh yeah! I'm the ultimate sidekick form to the ultimate life form that is Shadow, my master. Good job, Tails. Your master is proud of you. And now we shall have a scoffing contest. Okay, that's that's something.
This is what the evil doctor had been able to do to him, and this was his greatest power. The power of not only killing the body, but the soul as well. The fox turned to the others and, in an uncharacteristically glacial tone, said,
Well, excuse me, I'm going to rape a woman now.
Wow.
That's what Shadow does. And he's a new Shadow.
Just wow.
Was that a bit too much?
Might have been, yeah.
Well, you know what? Normally I would be ashamed of that, but at this point in time, I just don't care.
Alright.
I said it. I'm going to own it. Was it a bad joke? Was it shocking? Was it humorous for how shocking it was? Was inappropriate anti-humor? You decide. Like and subscribe.
Glacial Tone said, I'll escort Cosmo to my room. She seems to need some rest. And then he just left the room, plant girl on his shoulders.
He really sounds tired more than anything.
And then we have a break.
Okay, I'm going to drink my water now.
You do that, because you're gonna need it.
Okay. They stood in Tails' room for quite some time. He was set on his bed. He was a set on his bed. Silent and distant. She was set on his left. She was a set too, apparently.
Yeah, they were set together.
Worried and caring. No one of them muttered a single word during the last hour. This is very awkward already.
Yep.
The whole room was engulfed in awkwardness and overall sadness. The sadness of the young Sidrian, the awkwardness of the silence, and the coldness of her beloved guardian, or what was left of him. You know, Tails, you used to be fun. What happened to you, man?
You used to be so cool.
Oh boy. The kid's gaze has never met Cosmos in the last hour. He would always look away instead. She couldn't take it. She wouldn't allow him to ignore her, to isolate himself from her and the others. She's made a promise. She swore to heal Tails' soul from its sufferance, to restore his missing emotions, to make him smile again, to show to her that he was still the caring, protective Alpine that she learned to love. To love, yes, she was dead sure of that. The strange, heartwarming feeling that she had every time she should stay in his company. She would stay in his company. It was love, not just a simple crush. The pure emotion at its best.
I'm going to interject here. Might want to rethink that. I mean, it might be a bit fast, for, even for first love.
Dude, it's been 9 chapters of useless back and forth between these two.
Exactly, and nothing moved forward from that point.
And now it's moving forward. Just to thank the gods that it is.
Yeah, I think they might have missed a couple of steps.
It is unfortunate, however, that love does not exist without sorrow. Oh, for crying out loud.
Yes, I have the manual here. You are missing a couple of steps. You skipped a couple of steps. I have a couple extra screws here.
The very same sorrow. By the way, both love and sorrow are in capital letters. Because...
Importance.
The very same sorrow that she was desperately trying to wipe out from her would-be boyfriend's soul. Finally, she realized something else. The meaning of that nightmare she had more than 4 days ago when she met him for the first time. Hey, they've been frequenting each other for 4 days. Still better than, princesses and princes of old. They would get engaged after 1 day.
Or Resident Evil romances.
That does not count. That awful dream about the shadows and Tails saving her from her. Let me reread that. And Tails saving her from them. And even more ellipsis. That other shadow right behind him that was about to devour him. I am basically explaining my own symbolic imagery here. The message was sadly clear now. That shadow was the kitsune's grief and pain. And now it was slowly consuming him. Okay. She could feel it, and she could save him. No, she would. I keep confusing would with could. And she would save him, no matter what. She was staring. Okay, please, remember all of this. Remember all of this determination to save him. Okay?
Yeah.
She was staring at him, tearful eyes, but he was still ignoring her. After he was forced to kill his own parents, Tails entered in some kind of catatonic state. He'd never cried, never shed a single tear. Nothing. She knew that, in order to reach his heart, she had to surpass his defenses.
Uh-oh.
This would be her most difficult task yet, but she was determined and in love.
No, they're not.
Yes, we are. Slowly, she put her hand on Tails's. He hastily retreated it. She sighed, then started to talk. Tails, please, look at me. He didn't answer, nor he moved. Tails, talk to me. Say something, anything. Still nothing. At this point, she was angry. Fine! If you don't care about me anymore, then you surely wouldn't care if I do this! Wow, that didn't take long.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm totally going to try and heal you, Tails, no matter the odds. You know what? I'm giving up.
it's like it's like sudden escalation.
And with that said, Cosmo took on a knife that she borrowed from Amy's kitchen when and how, and she pointed it at her throat. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Really?
Okay. So, step 1, talk to the guy. Step 12, immediately, trying to kill yourself. I think you missed step 2 through 11 in that exchange. That's no good.
I'm trying to figure something. I had something in my head, but it's like, really,
Really?
this moment is happening.
Yes, you can say it.
We're having this moment.
Yes, we do.
No, I don't want this moment to happen.
I'm afraid it is inevitable.
No.
She was now standing in front of him, knife on her neck, with wide, angry eyes. This has attracted his attention. You don't say. Now it was wide-eyed too. Everybody is wide-eyed in this chapter. And his facial features were unreadable.
I was actually imagining before you said all that, you know, despite having a knife to her neck, he would still look totally disinterested, like, oh, a knife, okay, that's cool.
She spoke again. So, what is going to be? My life or your grief, huh? Answer me. Cosmo, you are an insensitive, tactless... I want to say the C word here, but I'm trying to refrain. You are such an insensitive twat. That's what you are. Let the guy have his moment of grief. Let the guy have his moment of sorrow. He just killed his parents not even 2 hours ago. And already you're like, no, you know what? If you keep ignoring me, I'm not gonna kill myself because I'm an egotistical jerk. I only think of my own well-being.
I have to say, this is actually probably the most out of character in this story, you know, so far. Considering how you set her up as a character, and suddenly this.
But we established that new canon, she's the real villain. So she likes to play with others' emotions, I guess.
God.
which would make sense considering what her power is. With a power like that, either you become the most demure person in the world, or you become the most sadistic.
I so wish that would have been
The case.
the case, because it would have been an interesting, game changer.
Yep. But alas, it's not meant to be. So anyway.
He was like a statue.
So he was offering him the most baffling, arbitrary choice this side of Mass Effect. Choosing in between her own life or his own grief. Which is so stupid. Just...
Incredibly.
Okay.
Why can't you have both?
He was like a statue, unmoving and with a unique expression on his face. An expression of terror. He felt something inside him, something disturbing, yet reliving. An emotion. Oh, that's a full stop.
Yeah.
I was expecting a bit more. An emotion, Steve. Okay, sure. So? She asked again. And again, he didn't say or do anything. He simply diverted his gaze from her. Well, time to kill myself. She interpreted it in the wrong way. A sudden glare of defeat was now showing in her candid skinned face. Wow, she's really going through with this. Wow, she doesn't even care about her own life. She's garbage, isn't she?
She has a thing for sacrificing herself, I guess.
She has a Jesus Christ syndrome. Which is actually kind of accurate, come to think of it. Her cheeks were now covered by rivers of tears. Tears of blood. Come on.
Oh gosh.
You were thinking that.
No, I actually was thinking of that song by Justin Timberlake, "Cry Me a River."
She was really desperate now. She wanted to help him at all costs. Yes, we saw what those costs are.
Yeah, and we don't like this deal, so can we change it for another box?
But even this extreme gesture seemed not to affect him. Like I said, there are steps in this situation. She ignored them completely and just got to the chase, basically. Just cut to the chase, I should say.
Yeah.
Oh boy. A sudden fear was now crushing her heart. The fear that her feelings, her true feelings toward the boy, were not shared by him. You did not even ask him about that, so...
Yeah, and also, again, you're missing a lot of steps.
Alone together. In that moment, she lost her will to leave. Just like that, snap of the fingers. Okay, sure. It is true, Dan. You don't care about me anymore. I'm that worthless. Don't you love when female characters are written in such a way that their own entire life has to be validated by the male character?
No.
That's what's happening here, basically.
I know.
I shouldn't even exist in the first place. Well, I will correct this nature's mistake. She pinned her knife on the side of her throat and started to
I believe that was Tails.
No! Yes.
No!
It all happened so fast that she didn't even register it at first. She was now on the soil. On the soil? What?
You mean the bedroom is covered in dirt?
The ground, maybe? Her arms immobilized. her eyes wide open in a scene that could be easily misconstrued by an outside point of view.
Yes, and you just put Shadow's face on top of him, and perfect.
Oh boy. And her savior on top of her, eyes burning with rage. Oh my god. Please don't take this out of context.
Stupid! What do you think you're doing?
Yes, thank you. She was speechless.
You're not a nature's mistake. You're a living being for chaos's sake.
Also, you suck. And now she talked back, angered as well. Oh, marital squabbles.
Yeah, your wife or girlfriend tries to kill herself when you're trying to have a moment to yourself to put yourself back together after killing your parents, and and then you have
She is so desperate for your attention, she basically promises to kill herself if you don't pay attention to her, even though you were really having a bad day.
I mean, that's what all of us go through, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, obviously, I should know.
I'm going to get you in trouble with your own girlfriend.
Okay, let's carry on.
Cosmo yells, "What's it to ya?"
Hey, what's it to ya?
Yeah. What's it to you? I look around and all I see is sorrow. I'm forced to see the other sorrows, to leave them on my skin. I can't take it anymore. I don't want to. Now, let me go.
Wow.
Okay, this got a bit too real all of a sudden.
Yeah, and Dr. Cox is right now peeing in the bushes while saying, "It gets real."
Oh boy, he let her go. Only to slap her. Yes, thank you. She was shocked at the sight she'd seen. No, she couldn't believe it. He actually harmed her. His eyes were full of regret.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have this scene now.
Yes, say it properly.
We're gonna have this moment too.
Yes.
While we're out.
We are definitely going to have this moment, followed by the other moment. This is all, this scene is all moments.
This is a chapter full of moments that I'm just gonna question, aren't we?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to me. Please forgive me. Are we gonna... Please don't tell me you're gonna write this in a way that basically makes it look like as if Tails is in the wrong.
Let's hope not. And in response, she hugged him with all her might.
Again.
Yeah. With all her might. I'll steal it. No one will ever know. Confound discounters. They drive me to drink. I just lost my marbles.
You know, I can't help but wonder if with all his or her or their might is like a popular phrase for people to use just to basically, stress how important and, hard they are doing something.
I believe it is. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yes, it wouldn't surprise me either.
And he hugged her back. A tight, loving, childish hug. I was not expecting 2 All Her Mights in 2 chapters consecutively.
Also, I love how you put down here, childish hug.
It's like, I'm trying to hug you, but I can't quite... Your back is too wide, I cannot close the hug.
And then she slaps him because she's basically saying that she's fat.
Okay. And they both cried on each other's shoulder.
Cosmo, it's not true that I don't care about you. I do care. A lot, actually.
We're having this moment!
Yes, this moment is happening too.
Yes.
Within the other moment that we just had.
Momentception. She only hugged him tighter, almost hurting him.
My gosh, she's strong as an ox.
I do as well, Tails. The Vulpine's soul was there again. Oh, she just took a vacation trip to Albuquerque. Now it's back.
Yeah, it's back as soon as he heard that there was, as Mr. Garrison would say, there's poontang back home.
Love is in the air. She could feel it. Warming, caring, loving. Oh my. They both suffered because of this that never changes. They both have been stripped of their childhood. Yet, when they were together, nothing of this mattered anymore. The only thing that mattered was that they were together. Forever and eternally. I just had to say forever and eternally, didn't I?
Yeah, even though both of them mean the same thing.
No, I just have to say that. Now something horrible has to happen by law.
Well, yeah, that's a given in these things. I really miss them, you know. My parents.
Whispered the fox cub. I miss mine too. Her soft reply. Hey, let's start a club. The I Lost My Parents Club.
And then we can become lost parents in the future.
It's going to be us and Batman and
Superman.
Well, he technically didn't lost.
Well, he got adopted. I know.
Well,
but
those are the only parents he actually ever knew.
Well,
so,
true, but still, he lost parents.
Spider-Man, I think, lost his parents at some point.
Well,
Maybe.
yeah, because he then lived with Aunt May.
Oh, and there's also that Green Arrow guy. Well, not only lost his father, I think. You know what? Who cares? It's a stupid club anyway. And perhaps, just perhaps, one day, they could be kids. Once again. Or not. They remained in that position for a few minutes before falling asleep on Tails' bed, still embraced. Aww.
Yeah, that's a very nice end, but it's like everything else before it.
Yeah, I know.
It's like you gave me the worst appetizer, then you gave me a really crap dinner, and then suddenly the dessert was nice-ish.
You know, it's like the after eight right before you explode because you ate too much food.
Oh yeah, like that joke from Monty Python.
The meaning of life, yes.
The least funniest of the movies.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Yes, I guess you would. Okay, so there's a break here. Let me have a drink of water really quick myself.
Yes, you go do that.
I went into my cellar.
Okay.
The rest of the day went down pretty well.
All things considered.
Just like Madhog said a couple minutes ago. Occasionally, Blaze and Cosmo would gossip with Amy about their girly stuff. Oh, those girls.
Oh, because girls. Yes, get it? Girls, they talk about girly stuff.
And boys talk about girly stuff too. Wait, no, they talk about boyish stuff.
No, what are you saying? Boys don't even talk. They just punch things. Because they're boys, they punch and kick. Talking is for women.
And to think, I was one of those girls.
Hey, Devar, you never stop learning new things about the persons you thought you knew. Wow, okay, way to drop that news to me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, I totally respect your life choices and everything. Still, warning would have been nice.
I thought I sent you that memo. Okay, let me carry on. Before more of my true self comes out to Madhog.
On my face.
The money shot of true self. While Knuckles and Espio occupied themselves with friendly fights in the gym. Oh, Madhog was right. Boys love to fight.
Yes. Of course.
Also, in brackets, no innocent beaten walls this time.
Only children.
Could you drop the children now? Wait, no, don't go that window. Deep in there.
I'm going to drop them out the window, yes, if that's what you're asking.
No! I'm telling you, no, don't!
Whoops!
Madhog, now we're going to replace the children!
Wah, wah, wah.
Deep in their heart, however, they all knew that this peace wouldn't have lasted for very long. Tomorrow at 12 a.m., as stated by the very few information Sir Charles has been able to find in brackets.
12 a.m. is midnight.
Yeah.
I probably meant to say high noon and not midnight.
Yeah. Project Doomsday would have been unleashed.
This better be damn good. I've been building up to this Doomsday for a while now.
And they were all alone.
Why?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Why can't some sort of army join them? Some sort of reinforcement? Other members of the FF from other parts of the land?
What about allies to Sally Acorn's cause?
No, they are alone. It's decided. The story said so.
Okay, just like every RPG game, the party who are most involved in the story are the only ones who are going to fix everything.
Or in the case of Final Fantasy VI, you can actually beat the game with none of the important characters, which by the time are not important anymore because their relevancy in the plot has come and gone. Who's the main character of that game again? Kefka?
Yeah, I think so. He had a more plot.
No, not even that, because after he basically destroys the world, he just stands in his tower waiting for the heroes to come and kill him, and nothing else! Nobody does anything after a certain point.
When Tails and Cosmo left for their room earlier on, Sally Acorn's speech was anything but over. Am I missing something here? Nope. I'm at the right point. It's just I don't know why. For some reason, this made me think I skipped a bit. Like in a well-written screenplay.
Shakespeare, Molière, Madhog Thy Master.
Sure, you keep telling yourself that, Madhog.
Oh my god.
She was leaving the best part of for the finale. After the capture and imprisonment of Snively Robotnik and his lackeys, the Eggman Empire made its move.
Oh, it's time to bust a move.
A gargantuan battle army of SWAT bots, newly made egg pawns, and badniks attacked the lands right after the confines between the Doctor's reign and Mobius. The combined forces of the militia, gun, and some spare armies have been struggling in order to contain the massive assault. Therefore, there was no one else left to deal with the potential threat other than Knuckles' group.
Well, that sure is convenient. For the story, I mean.
Yeah, they were all alone against it. The story of their life.
Oh, well.
And yeah, can you imagine that being on the Tails, this is your life!
Wah, wah, wah.
Tails was in his room, talking with a very important person in his life, from his wrist comm.
It's a much better abbreviation than WC.
Well, yeah. The tri-dimensional figure of his sister was showing its features.
Oh, you like what you see, Tails? Damn it, Ross!
Oh, Ross, it's like you never left us. Sally Acorn hated herself for not being there with her little brother. She had a whole nation to guide and protect. But, in her heart, all she cared was the health of the Vulpine.
Oh, good for her.
Her eyes were engulfed with sadness, and on the verge of tears. She wanted so bad to hug him, to shake him in her arms.
Tails! I'm going to shake you very strongly right now to show my love!
And I'm gonna squeeze all the sadness and tears from you like a ketchup bottle. She knew what the kid had been through in the last few days since their last talk. Even about his parents, for the boy himself told her while hardly trying to suppress his tears. No, Sally. Don't say you're sorry. It's not like you or anybody else could do anything. They were already dead.
Ora, 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 ora.
Ah, God dang it.
Okuto no Ken, you wanted to do the reference, didn't you?
No, I wanted to avoid it at all costs because I dislike it.
Yeah, well, it's what it is.
I know, it's like, homage to the 80s action stars, but still, it's a bit ridiculous even for my taste.
It is completely ridiculous. That's its charm.
The kitsune lowered his gaze, sniffing. Out of pure motherly instinct, Sally tried to caress him, but of course, being a hologram was quite a disadvantage, and I'm having deja vu about this right now. In all this time, Tails never really opened himself to her. He always thought that showing his deepest emotions in front of a princess was a sign of feebleness. Feebleness.
It's technically a real word, but weakness might have been a better choice.
Yeah. For that reason, she hated even more her former status, since it was keeping her adopted brother's real feelings locked away from her to reach.
Is technically not adopted yet.
She decided to respect the kid's behavior and act in response.
Tails?
Her stature was serious and authoritative once again. Yes?
Yes? Good luck. She's like Leslie Nielsen in Plane, just entering the cockpit and says, good luck. Oh boy.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Yes.
That guy. Rest in peace. Okay, let me see now. And with that said, she hung up. Tails sighed and exited his room and encountered his leader along the way.
Sup?
He smiled a smart smile. What are you smirking at? Demanded Knuckles. Oh, nothing. The Vulpine remembered very well what Cosmo told him earlier on, right after their nap.
Oh. Okay, flashback time. You know what, Tails?
What?
If you give me a chance to tell, that Knuckles, he's a really nice guy.
Oh, that's a good one. And, oh, you're serious there?
Then let me laugh harder. You know, he would never admit it, but deep down, he really, really hates children. Deep down, under that shield of roughness, he sees you as a brother. Everybody is a brother and a sister of someone else in this.
Yes, and I'm a mother of somebody.
You know, jeez. Ellipsis. No,
Yeah, that's Tails. That's Tails as ellipses.
Compose the next sentence, which is a non-sentence.
Yeah, because
I believe it's supposed to reflect stupor.
Yes, and Tails is now become one of them. He is a zombie of ellipses.
He really cares about you, and he would do anything to protect you, just like a real sibling would do. You are very lucky, you know. You have a family after all.
You two have.
Do I now?
Yep. My family is your family too.
Oh, Tails, you're so sweet.
Gee, I try. I try to sell my family to you as a family. So hard. So yeah, memory scene over.
Right.
So Knuckles saw him as his little brother. Yes, we know. For a few minutes. Yeah, he saw him as a little brother for a few minutes. Tails entertained the idea of blackmailing him for that.
If you value your life.
Yeah, not gonna say any more about that. But decided otherwise. Good choice. He admired the Red Veteran, and deep down, he felt honored to be considered his sibling, because that gave him protection. He then looked around and saw Cosmo playing cards and girly talking with her new two acquired sisters.
Oh my god, Amy has been included in the cult! She's been brainwashed!
The cult of girly talks.
Oh, the club of sisterhood. Because sisterhood for the sake of sisterhood club.
Yes, they need robes now to wear.
The girliest ones.
Yeah, they have to be pink with lots of glitter, and they have to be frilly at the bottom.
Woo!
Alright, enough of that. Blaze and Amy, while trying to convince Espio to play with them, and
I'm glad Ross is not here because he will be all over this sentence.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but thanks for putting that in my head, you...
I think it's kind of obvious, really.
It wasn't obvious to me until you said it. For the first time since eons, the Kitsune was happy. This was his family. This was his true family. Besides his original one, in brackets.
Which is dead and flaming.
And the only one he needed at the moment. And he would have fought for them with all of his might.
Oh my god, two at the price of one in one shelter. Awesome!
You spoil you spoil us, Madhog, you know that?
Yay!
He would protect them from Eggman or any other menaces.
Menaces.
Knuckles? Do you think that we will actually make it? Over this chaos damn clusterfuck? Fuck yeah, we will! We are freedom fighters!
Yeah! Motivational!
Tomorrow, we will dine in hell!
Oh no, you ruined it.
Good old King Knuckles.
Oh god.
And everybody laughed at him. Except Espio. And to his delight, Cosmo. He always thought he was the only one in the planet who didn't get that joke. He was not alone. None of them were. And for the rest of the day, laughter and joy became the key words and ended like a 80s cartoon series.
No, it ended like an 80s sitcom. Everybody freezing in place with the cheers and applauses from the inexistent audience and the titles scrolling on the still image.
I was more thinking, like Thundercats, where somebody makes a terrible joke that doesn't make sense, and everybody laughs like it's funny and it's supposed to be a joke, and then the end.
That oddly applies to most things from a couple of decades ago. So, like we established, laughter and joy became the keywords.
Sunday, Doomsday.
No, seriously. I wrote Sunday ellipsis Doomsday.
This actually sounds like a wrestling pay-per-view. This Sunday, Doomsday!
Sunday Doomsday. Well, there used to be a pay-per-view called Judgment Day and Armageddon. I wish they would bring back those awesome names, honestly.
You mean they're not being used anymore?
No. In its place, we have Payback. Boring. And Extreme Rules. Also boring.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes sense because Extreme Rules is a gimmick pay-per-view in which every match is supposed to be extreme. It's a sorry, sloppy remnant of ECW One Night Stand.
That's a shame.
Yeah. So anyway, Sunday Doomsday! This Sunday will Fox McGee, the Volpine Wonder, retain the championship against the oncoming new challenger, Doomsday, the Superman Killer.
I can imagine Tails as John Cena in all this.
John Cena FUing the actual Doomsday character. A much better Batman v Superman film, if you ask me. Much, much better. Anyway, the time was coming. The fisting finger jobs awoke pretty early that morning, ate a good breakfast, made their praise.
Made their praise, as in not pray as in praying to God, but rather pray as if hunting again.
Yes, we actually made this joke already.
I know, but I still thought I would give context to why you were laughing.
Okay, so right after I say Doomsday, it was such a nice morning that Sunday. We're having breakfast, saying a praise,
Praying the animals.
without more useless words other than, okay, let's go. They were already heading for the now evacuated city of Station Square. Ground Zero.
Ooh. Ominous.
Hey, yes, ominous indeed. Tails, however, decided to join them a little later on. He still had a couple of things to do. And one of these regarded a certain plant of his knowledge.
No.
Yes, yes, he had to water chuck the plant.
Oh, Chuck. Please come back in Thimble Weed Park, or what was that game that Ron Gilbert is working on now.
I totally ship Cosmo with Chuck. Why can't I come with you?
Forget it, Cosmo. It's too dangerous. You stay here, and that's final, toots.
Well, her actually staying in the base when she's told to would be a first. The girl adopted a childishly bored expression and crossed her arms. I think she's spouting, Devar.
No, you don't say.
Okay, so how come she is demure all the time, and the only time that she actually does get to do something proactive, it's always in the dumbest way possible of, going right into the danger and leaving the safety of the base.
Alone and unprotected!
Because we won't have a story otherwise?
Yes. Emphatically yes. The kids sighed.
I know you worry.
I know you are worried. I couldn't quite agree. She didn't answer. She was showing him her back.
Oh no, please. I don't want to be Ross at this point either.
Don't.
I'll be back, Cosmo.
I'll be back.
I'll be back, Cosmo. I swear it. I won't leave you alone. Not now. Not never.
You cannot do a Schwarzenegger impression to save your life, Devar.
Hey, I didn't say I was good at my impressions.
Anyway, she looked back at him with her big azure eyes, like his own.
Okay, never mind. She looked back at him with her big azure eyes, like his own. Please, be careful.
I will. Here.
He put a watch on Cosmo's right wrist. It's a portable WC. What's this? She asked.
It's a toilet that has a communicator in it that can show a hologram of me coming out from it. So we can talk while you're on the bog. Okay, what it actually says is, it's a wrist communicator. This way we can contact each other in case of troubles. It's really easy to use.
You just open up the you open up the lead. Damn it! I cannot even say that. She nodded, then kissed him on the cheek.
Oh, first base!
Not really. He blushed like hell, saluted her, and this time actually saluted her in the military way, and then departed. He had one thing left to do now.
Sally!
After walking for a while in the forest, he spun his two namesakes and rose in the sky as higher as he could go. After flying for some time, he finally spotted the ancient ruin zone, his and Cosmo's secret place, where he left his precious airplane a few days ago.
Wait, so...
You mean to tell me his plane has been stuck in there all this time?
So he didn't bring it back? Why?
Nobody bothered to bring that plane back. I'm pretty sure Knuckles could have lifted that plane with one hand if he wanted to.
How did it get back without the plane?
You know, that is an excellent question, Devar.
But
so
you're
anyway,
not gonna answer.
The magnificent X-Tornado was still there.
It was so magnificent that it was still there.
Is the X-Tornado a prestidigitator now? The magnificent X-Tornado will now execute his greatest magic trick yet. Pick up a card.
It has a really big top hat as well. It goes
after being attacked by those Bigfoots and all the things that followed in this very long week, he'd simply forgotten to come back and retrieve it. Wow!
Well, you to say it's a precious airplane, you've completely forgotten. I mean, it doesn't seem to make sense.
Nope. If Eggman's, especially since that zone could only be accessed with the plane, or at least by climbing all the trees.
Yeah.
If Eggman's scheme was about to be even half dangerous that he expected it to be, he would need all the firepower possible in order to win, and his battle plane had exactly what he was looking for. He was about to fly in the cockpit when he noticed something nearby the ruins.
Oh, I wonder, could it be?
There it was. The plant. Chuck! The very same ultra-rare plant that he and Cosmo discovered. The plant that produced those delicious fruits that are thematically connected to all of this romantic story between Tails and Cosmo so heavily. that had a key role in the kitsune's evolution. And it wasn't alone. On its left side, something else has grown, a smaller, younger version of it. Don't say that to Knuckles. He will come here and kill it because it's a child. And Tails immediately recognized it as the seed that Cosmo planted just 5 days ago. The former unborn child was now a beautiful and delicate plant, the other one's daughter. The Volpine smiled at the scene and, with newly found strength, climbed into the plane's cockpit. I regret to inform you.
Yeah.
I regret to inform both you and everybody listening to this.
Yeah.
That this newly born plant, it's not just there for completely forced in theming.
Yeah.
It's going to be a massive plot point!
Don't tell me it's gonna grow into a child that Tails and Cosmo has to take care of.
Okay, I won't.
Wait. Maybe I don't want to know that anymore.
Okay, you won't.
Dang it. Okay, paragraph break again, and it'll be me again. We're going to ignore what I just said. And Station Square, a once colourful and populated metropolis, was now reduced to a pale ghost of its former self. The city has been evacuated. All of its inhabitants, both humans and Mobians, had left their respective homes from no more than a couple of days now. After the forced resignation of Snively from the Mobian Council, the news of Project Doomsday inevitably spread through all the country. People began to panic, and entire cities started to riot. At a really bad time, I add. Particularly Station Square being the potential ground zero of Eggman's attack. During the last day, an intense evacuation program was actuated by the residual forces of Gun right before the Doctor's army attacked Mobius. Millions of people were now living inside underground bunkers and in fear. This has been the greatest accomplishment of the Eggman Empire so far. Beyond destroying towns and killing people, beyond capturing Mobians and turning them into robots, beyond all of this, the one thing that truly gave power to the sadistic, genocidal, was the other's fear. Okay then.
Okay, I think that should establish the scene nicely.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Wow, really?
I don't know, something about it just, maybe it's because I'm biased because I like this sort of writing.
Like extremely self-important writing?
Man, not self-important, but but setting a scene. Everybody, no matter how tough and courageous, fear the Doctor's do. Ew, no, we don't want to see the do. We want to just get away from that.
No, it's not the Dew, it's his Mountain Dew. He actually had a brand deal with Mountain Dew, and now his face is plastered all over that, because if he doesn't, he would kill them.
The destruction of Station Square is brought to you by Eggman Mountain Dew! Including, or especially, who was trying to fighting him in the first line.
Actually I would think Dr. Eggman would be more into Dr. Pepper because it has Doctor in it.
Yeah, that's true. Only he would replace Pepper with Eggman, just so because somebody can say, "I'm the real Doctor." Okay, I was gonna say a joke here basically, but it says fighting him in the first line. It made me think that it's like a post office, but Eggman punches them in the face. It's like, next, boom, next, boom.
but very, very slowly, like a sloth. So it takes all day.
Yeah. Alright, this will be a quick one. Okay, enough of this. The freedom fighters stood there in the eastern gateway, the only entrance to this dead urban center that happened to be a big city.
Just so happened to be a big city.
Yeah. They were focused. They were silent. They were scared and frightened beyond imagination. But they were there, nonetheless. And they would fight till the end. This was what they were bound to do. Not because anybody obliged them, but because they wanted to. The future of an entire nation, or just a city, was on their tired yet determined shoulders.
Great.
Yes, this is kind of losing its punch now. The time was almost there.
Wait. Losing its punch? Or spiking the punch? Eh?
Yeah, I get you.
Eh?
Get in line. Eggman's gonna get to you in like 5 hours. The time was almost there. Only 5 minutes left to noon. 5 minutes left before Doomsday.
Wow, it sounds like the title of a science fiction film.
Yeah.
5 minutes before Doomsday. Well, either that or a heavy metal band.
11:55. With the timer of the 24 going on.
We have a literal timer here.
Knuckles, the leader, had his arms crossed, and his granite-like glare was observing the horizon, ready to attack anything, even children, ready this time.
Especially children.
Ready this time, or so he thought. 11:56. Blaze, the flaming queen, was on his left side, fireballs already in hands, waiting, seriousness in her feline eyes. 11:57.
Oh, the tension, the suspense.
Espio on Knuckles' right side, shurikens in hand, eyes closed, concentration drawn on his face.
What exactly are they waiting for? A giant robot to appear out of nowhere?
Obviously they're doing the Dragon Ball Z. Wait for the enemy to bring out the most powerful thing, just so then they can get beaten by it and then beat it somehow.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Okay.
to be fair, they don't know what's coming.
Yeah. 11:58.
Oh boy.
Doing the reps with the timer. Ugh. Amy Rose was a little behind with her trusty Pico Pico hammer, holding in her hands. She was visibly unnerved, but she would not back down.
Back on, I'll take you on. Headstrong, I'll take on anyone. Yes.
Her mind wandered for a second on that black hedgehog. She dismissed it almost immediately, just like all the readers.
The most inappropriate time to do so.
Oh, 11:59.
Oh,
Oh, pumping the timer guns. Tails was in his airplane, already changed into a giant battle mech with mechanical arms and feet. It was similar to a Bigfoot, but far more powerful in a close-range combat.
wait, couldn't you use the plan to actually fight the Bigfoots in the first place?
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually. That seems a bit convenient that you couldn't just use that to protect Cosmo.
Oh my god, okay.
He too was dead serious. Not serious enough for Cosmo, apparently. He was genuinely scared, yes. But most of all, he was angry. Angry like Knuckles for everything that the fat bastard has done to him in just a week. Angry for what he'd done to his parents and eager to avenge them. 12 noon. The time is now.
You can't see me. My time is now. Imagine if that's what actually happens. John Cena.
Yeah, it was just an overhyped return for John Cena.
Oh, it was just a terrible trollish meme.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Lots-
the time is now.
Okay, we're going down steps of ellipses here, Madhog, so be careful. One step. You need any help there, buddy?
I'm going fine. Oh my god, Dog!
Well,
Falling to my doom.
Well, at least it's only, 2 steps that you tripped down.
Yes, but there is a distance of about 2 meters in between steps.
Yeah, just let me climb down here for a sec. Okay, we're down at the bottom. Nothing. What are you about to say?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What are you about to say?
Nothing.
We could go on. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing. Not an army of heavy equipped Bigfoots. Not a massive gas attack. Not even Spitfire dragons. Nothing. What's going on? The Doctor was usually punctual with his threats.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't care anymore.
Because I got bored, I got bored of the whole Doomsday thing. I'm more interested in this new thing now. This new thing called making you think about it.
Oh.
Okay, I don't know about
John Cena.
Well, okay. Before any of the finger flingers could sincerely ask themselves this question, or even relax for that moment.
For that matter.
Yeah, for that matter. Sorry, I had a mirage of words come into my face. Their respective wristcom started beeping like mad. It was a special emergency calls device that Tails added in case someone needed to contact all of them at the same time during the missions.
So basically, it's called plot convenience emergency call.
Yeah. And this was the first time ever that it's been activated. It must be that desperate! They turned on their watches, and the utter terrified holographic image of Sally Acorn appeared from each and every one of their communicators. Wouldn't it be more better to just use one of them?
Well, it's an emergency call. Adding gravitas, I guess.
Sally, what the fuck is happening? And without hesitation or any dramatic effect whatsoever, or even wasting the audience's time with more words, came the answer.
We've been all fooled.
This revelation has been ruined by the misplacing of words. The multiple Sallys yelled at unison. Pure horror was printed on their faces, all of them, as the biggest realization finally struck their collective minds. Even before Sally finished her sentence,
We've been all fooled by Eggman.
and that is the end of the chapter.
Ooh, what a cliffhanger.
What a cliffhanger indeed. If there was not another chapter of this out, I swear that any people who really liked your fanfiction would be flipping tables right now.
Well, so what actually is Project Doomsday? What's this fooling around that we're talking about? How are things going to end up for Mobius? Well, the answer to all of those inquiries shall come in the last chapter of the first story, which is very much appropriately titled The Day Mobius Stood Still.
Oh dear.
I think the reference should be obvious there.
Yeah. It's the reference is like literally stamped on the person's face with Eggman's really slow fist, which has the ink imprinted on his fist.
Yes, well, it took 5 hours to get this print on my face because of the long line. So,
not including the time it took for his fist to get to your face, of course.
yes. So, there's that. We've been all fooled by Eggman!
No, we've been all fooled by Eggman.
Yes, that's what I said.
We've been all fooled.
Yes. That's what I said.
Fooled, hook, line, and sinker.
I'm sorry, are you implying that this is not how it's spelled?
No, I'm just being silly. We've been flim-flammed.
We have been taken for a ride.
We've been taken down the gulch valley of Lucky Luke's place. We've been taken to the Cytricherist one too many times.
He pulled a fast one on us.
We fooled guards a bit too many times.
Okay.
Okay, there's enough of that.
So, like I said, we only have one chapter left.
But that won't be until next time.
It's a long one, and there's quite a lot of nonsense happening in it. So, yes, we better just we better just leave this for next time for the epic conclusion of Tails, episode 1. Tails. Yes.
Yes, I think we've said all we need to say. So, yeah. Ha! We fooled you all! Good night, everybody!
Confound this fanfiction reading! It drives me to drink!
Confound this fanfiction reading. It drives me to punch children!
Oh. More children punching! Next chapter, bye!
Disclaimer, no children punching in the next chapter, hopefully.
Disclaimer for the disclaimer. But hopefully, yes.
Good night, everybody, and take care of yourselves.
Yay!